A Republican gubernatorial candidate in Oklahoma recently got into trouble and is facing a lot of heat for some Facebook posts that he allegedly had written that called for euthanasia for people on government assistance. I kid you not. This is a Facebook post made by a page purporting to be for Oklahoma governor candidate Christopher Barnett. In this post, the administrator or whoever was behind the account initially posted a poll about food stamp requirements. Oh, should people who are on food stamps be required to work, et cetera, right? And then made comments claiming that euthanasia would be a good solution to the issue of poor and disabled people. Let me get into the details on that, of what that actually sounds like. Because he says, well, it might be a solution to the issue, but what I hear is it solution or final solution? Because that's what it sounds like. The Nazis basically proposed the same thing. In fact, back in October of 1939, Adolf Hitler initiated a decree which empowered physicians to grant a, quote, mercy death to patients considered incurable according to the best available human judgment of the state of their health. Now, so he had to say, since it was even such a horrible idea that people in Germany were like, oh my God, no, that sounds terrible. No, he had to wrap it up and, well, these are just people we can't help. But in reality, of course, the aim of this was to exterminate people, mentally ill people, and handicapped people, as a way to cleanse the Aryan race of persons considered genetically defective and a financial burden to society. So if you're following that, and if you're thinking, well, that's a good idea because all they are is just a burden on society, then congratulations, you are like Hitler. Now, there are people, of course, who are quite angry with this, and they decided to chime in. One user commented, most receiving food stamps do work or are disabled. Some are elderly. The Chrisforgov account had responded to that by saying, the ones who are disabled and can't work, why are we required to keep them? Sorry, but euthanasia is cheaper and doesn't make everyone a slave to the government. So, God, man, that is the sick, man. There are no words for this kind of thing. It just isn't. I can't think of anything that is strong enough to condemn this person. Now, furthermore, right? And by the way, whoever was running the account later on backtracks and says, well, I didn't say I actually wanted to kill them. In fact, he said, he or she, why should Americans have to keep up people who cannot contribute to society any longer? Obviously, I'm not saying the government should put these people down. I'm just saying that we shouldn't keep them up. If they can take care of themselves without government assistance, great. If not, let them starve and die. Easy as that. Well, there you have it. If this really is a representative for this guy, well then, that is a sick, sick person. I mean, saying, no, we're just going to let people starve and die. This is supposedly a moral Republican. Now, of course, the comments were later deleted, but before that happened, whoever was behind the account wrote that they stand by the remarks in the thread, and later on wrote that the interaction had been, quote, fun. Yeah, a lot of fun talking about poor people, disabled people, basically either getting murdered by the state or dying, starving to death. Just disgusting. This is unconscionable. Now, since the backlash, Barnett came out and said, oh, yeah, those Facebook posts, this wasn't me. It wasn't me. This doesn't represent me. It wasn't me. I didn't post that. It wasn't anybody connected to my campaign. I was hacked. It was somebody. And then later on, he goes on to paint himself as a victim. He claimed that, quote, there are people saying now that they want to shoot me, that they're going to assassinate me, that they're going to shoot me, that they're going to blow us up. I'm in this election. I'm not dropping out. They're not going to intimidate me. Really? Well, okay, first off, I can understand why people, and I don't agree with death threats. They're never, you should never go that direction. But I could understand why people would be very, very angry and possibly make those threats. Again, don't do it. That doesn't help. That doesn't help anybody. Yes, this is a supposedly despicable person with terrible, terrible views. That doesn't mean that you should threaten them with death. But anyway, I love the victim thing, right? Oh, I'm such a victim. I was hacked. I was hacked. Look, I don't know if he was hacked or not. I don't know if it was a rogue staffer or not a rogue staffer, but somebody maybe who believes in this stuff. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that whenever somebody says after something like this happens that, oh, no, it wasn't me, I was hacked, I think about Anthony Weiner. And I think about all the different situations where somebody says, I was hacked after getting caught saying terrible things. And it just makes me that less inclined to believe that explanation. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.